Korea got slapped with the largest set of sanctions ever imposed by America today. The action targets ships and companies helping the regime fund its nuclear weapons program.
If the sanctions don't work, we'll have to go phase two. And phase two may be a very rough thing, may be very, very unfortunate for the world. But hopefully the sanctions will work. We have tremendous support all around the world for what we're doing. It really is a rogue nation. If we can make a deal, it'll be a great thing. And if we can't, something will have to happen.
The president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, arrived in South Korea today for the close of the Winter Olympics. She says she'll use her visit to advocate for maximum pressure on the North. So, Jesse, we're turning up the heat.
They're ratcheting it up.
Yes.
So I like how the Trump administration has slowly delivered stronger and stronger sanctions without letting the North know there's a phase two, maybe there's a phase three. How many phases are there going to be? The way a python kind of squeezes its prey very slowly over a period of time.
Or a frog in a pot of water slowly boiled.
Apropos. So that's the hard power, and then you have Ivanka coming with the soft power, with the glitz and the glam. Everybody loves that, and that puts a much more
substance too, probably.
Yeah, that too. Much more substance too, but I mean, not as substantive as the gunships encircling the peninsula. And I think it's a carrot and stick.
Juan, one of the things interesting about the timing of the announcement is that when Vice President Pence was headed to the Olympics, he made some very strongly worded speeches about North Korea and being tough. Then we knew what happened at the opening ceremony. Ivanka Trump is going for the closing ceremony. The head military intel guy from North Korea is also going to the closing ceremony. And so I think it was a strategic move to put these sanctions out today as she's landing in South Korea.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on, because remember, they canceled a meeting. They thought that Pence was going to have a meeting. They canceled that meeting at the last moment. Now, there's no such prospect for Ivanka Trump. There's no such meeting scheduled. She will have, I think it's dinner or something with the South Korean president at his residence. But the big event will be Sunday night for the closing ceremonies, and so you'll have two of them. Now, Ms. Perino complained last time about Vice President Pence's seating.
Yeah, I did.
Tell us why.
Well, I just feel because the cut shot put the vice president in a bad position, and I would have advocated for a different seating arrangement.
Right. So the question is how they'll be seated. Maybe they can. Well, President Trump's not there, so we don't have to worry about the bald spot. But you can understand what they're trying to hide.
No, but the cut shots don't matter all that much, and that's just a small little thing. But
the question is, they're not going to talk, but the question is how it comes across, because I think it's a lot of symbolism that she's there representing the president, very much his number one child.
And these sanctions, Kimberly, we must have some idea, the intelligence communities, that must know that North Korea hasn't tried to stop its nuclear program at all.
Of course, right? So they're getting real-time intelligence on this and updates, as they should. They have to monitor it very closely. So they're obviously receiving information showing that they're not in compliance, and therefore these kind of actions need to be taken. But I like the fact that, look, we're being very well represented by Ivanka Trump. She's going there, and the president was obviously very proud of her to represent the country. So I think that was nice, and I'm glad that he sent his daughter. I think that's symbolic. Send a strong woman over there, represent the country, and while at the same time putting a fist to North Korea.
And Greg, you had a good point in the commercial break. It's a new Cold War tactic.
It's
an old tactic for the new Cold War?
We're declaring war on companies, not just the country, which is important. Now we have to really go after the Chinese banks, which is going to be an issue. If I wanted to walk across the studio, but each successive step became half the length of the previous step, I would never reach the wall. Do you know that? That's what these sanctions are. There's an endless spectrum of intensity, and the hope is that you never reach the wall, which is the war. So the point is, you have, we hear this is the biggest one yet. Each one will always be the biggest one yet.
I like my Python analogy a lot better.
I was mad you took the Python one because I had that. I was thinking that's what the snake poem was about. The snake poem. Anyway, I'm certain if we do go to war with North Korea, we will win, because have you seen how they march? They can't get very far that way.
No. It's like they're taking half a step back.
Yeah, they're taking half a step back. They do. It's like very slow, right, Juan?
Well, if I
like
live
the
in
Running
South,
Man.
and if I'm living in South Korea or Japan, I'm thinking, yeah, you might not get hurt, but what about us?
I
What
know,
about
I
us?
know, I know. I was just trying to make a serious topic a little lighter.
Yeah,
Perhaps I failed, America.
Well, we're going to keep going on some serious topics. California is in President Trump's crosshairs again. You're going to find out why next.
Trying to get it while we can. Are we names in a tattoo? Or just a number on a hand? Are we last call?
I am